Hello, everybody. It is Thursday, the 20th of October. Um, I want to talk about dreams and dreamers and really what we must consider to build a dream that is not destructive. Now, I want to tell you something that happened a couple of days ago. I didn't say it in my last video. It happened, I think, the day before that. And it was when I was making the videos about prayer, about becoming the doorway to the desires of others, to become the gateway. And you know, when you are sitting in a room and you're looking at something bright, and then you go outside and you look at the dark sky, you can see that shape, you know, that of what you had been looking at, of the bright thing that you had been looking at. And I was making those videos about, prayer. And I went outside and I looked at the sky and I saw the Omega. I saw the Omega in the sky. Now, is there a rational explanation for that? I don't know, probably. I don't know what I was looking at that would have produced that shape. But that is what I saw. And as I was looking at the Omega, what is saying the beginning, the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. But when I looked at the Omega, at this shape, it came to me that it looked like a door. It has been preached to us as the end, but it is a door into another possibility. And then something happened this morning. Well, I woke up, and as I said, that's why I'm talking about dreams. I always had this thought, don't fight it, and I've been fighting it, left, right, and center. But like slide into it. And I was thinking, what are you sliding into? Just allow yourself to slide into it. And what is it you're sliding into? And then I thought, a dream. You're sliding into a dream. And then in the end I thought, really, you should be sliding into your own dream. You are the dreamer. So you should be sliding into your own dream. At the moment, we've slid into somebody else's nightmare. And that nightmare came through the door. That was Jesus. Again, dreaming, lucid dreaming, being aware that you are dreaming. And also your dreams should be based in reality. Obviously a dream is something that is not happening now, so it's just above. But it should be based in reality. It shouldn't go infinity and beyond. So what is producing the dreams? And it is usually a knowledge, or the possibility of a knowledge. Let's say it like that, so that it's a dream within a dream. The possibility itself, the knowledge itself is still a possibility. But it is like if you're sitting here and you're imagining suddenly you win the lottery, which is a possibility that is not yet a reality. But that would create a fact. You now have lots of money. And out of that fact grow, you can imagine further on, because it would open the door to other possibilities. And that is exactly what we're looking at when we're looking at this teaching of Jesus. There is a possibility that would create other possibilities. Now, again, as I said, a fact creates desires. So Jesus, and out of it come dreams. Now what was Jesus was given was a fact, something that illuminated in him as a fact, and that was ask, you can ask and you can create reality. That was, and it is something we still haven't made a fact inside out. It is still out there as a possibility. It's still in heaven, so to speak. But for him, that was real. He had made that a reality. And out of that should come dreams, which dreams came. I can heal this person. I can feed the 2,000. It's a way above reason, but But all of that came out of what he made a fact, that you can do that. But, and as I said, there was an attachment. When it was given to him, when it was illuminated in him, there was an attachment. And that is to say, there was already a dream attached to that. Not his own, but it is the nightmare we're living now. That was already attached, and he, as I said, swallowed both, the knowledge and the dream. And the dream was the dream to rule over and to have dominion over this world. And Jesus became the gateway for that dream, not just for the knowledge, but for that dream as well. And as I said, we must detach. If that is a knowledge that we can illuminate in us, that it is possible to become the gateway, to create realities through desires, through dreams. Dreams are going out and they create a reality here. But then we must also know that we have the right to have our own dream. A dream that is according to us. Again, this thought of to have dominion is obviously a dream to some in this world, but for most of us it is a nightmare, because the will to have dominion obviously needs something to have dominion over. So for most of us, we take the role of the slaves, and for us it is a nightmare. And just the idea that you should actually be allowed to have your own dreams. Most Christians would go into a meltdown. No, you can't do that. That is selfish. That is sinful. You must do according to the will of God. You should have no will of your own. But you are a sentient being. You have a right to have your own dreams. You can dream. So as I said this morning, this feeling of don't fight it, just give in. Give in to your own dream. Let it happen. Let the rational mind step out of the way. But then there was another thought that I had all along, and that is don't enslave them in your dream. Because again, that is what's happening to us at the moment. We are being enslaved in somebody else's dream. And I said for us, it's a nightmare. So and there is where we really need to think about how to work this correctly. How we formulate our desire. And again, have I said it 1,000 times? Be careful what you wish for, because you might just get it. So how do you have a desire for others? And you're fairly sure that it is their desire. So, but how and you have a desire yourself and you want for others. So how can you be sure that you're not enslaving others in your dream? Yeah, can you be sure it was their desire, or are you lumping them with something as we are being lumped with something at the moment? And it came to me that one way of asking would be, and that is for me this morning, again, I went back and I'm really attaching this to reality. Yeah, I'm thinking about this based on reality. And that is my desire. My desire right now, gas and oil. I'm sitting in the cold again. You know, they say there's going to be rolling blackouts. Well, we are way ahead of the curve. We are already living in rolling blackouts. Anyway, so that is my desire, oil and gas. And as I said before, think about the amount. So a full tank. Yeah? So I said, good, okay. So then I thought, right, so all you should desire is, if you really wanted to desire for all, is desire full tanks. So you have the amount, whatever the tanks are, or whatever the tanks are, full tanks of gas and oil. Right. I thought, that's it. And I know it's good. You know, I know it's good because I know it's good. And I know that there are a lot of people that are going to be freezing, so it's good. Fine. This is safe. And then my rational mind thought, what about the tanks? He said, if you really would think this worldwide, you know, there are a lot of tanks in this world that might be empty for a reason. Because they're not safe for some reason, yeah? So you would go with that desire, you would fill every tank in the world, and although you would keep a lot of people warm, you might cause an awful lot of explosions worldwide. You might kill people. Honest to God, you could. See, that is where it is actually not straightforward to do this. So it's all right. So that cannot be it, obviously. And then I thought, how about my desire for oil and gas? And to the right amount, it should be the fullness of the tank. And don't give it to all, but give it to those that desire it. Let your desire only be given to those that desire it themselves. And there, you would actually enslave nobody in what it is you're wishing for them. Which was, well, that's an interesting thought. And it brought me to the story of, again, what they were told in the Spirit. And that is, go and, you know, that dream, that knowledge and that dream, the knowledge of the healing and stuff, and the dream of the kingdom. Yeah, so they brought both to all. The gospel of the kingdom, most of all. Yeah. Anyway, but they were told in the Spirit that if they don't receive you joyfully, walk away. Yeah, shake the sound of your sandals and walk away. And there you can actually see Jesus being completely onto rails. Yeah? Because it was given to say walk away, and then he said, and those that will not receive you, for them it shall be worse than Sodom and Gomorrah. And then you would think, you know, for somebody who's going around saying, don't judge, that was one hell of a judgment. So, but there you can see the contradictions in that book. So who spoke that judgment? Yeah, it wasn't the knowledge. It was the dream. the dream of the kingdom. And you can see in the book of Revelation, in the outcome, how yes, for those that are not in agreement with us, they will go under the rod of iron. And for them it's probably going to be, again, a nightmare. So you must be with us or you will suffer the consequences. See, there you can see the dream that was wrapped around the knowledge. And it's not a good dream. We should have, and I say everybody should have a dream. And everybody should know they can be given. And everybody should know they have a right to have their own dream. And there here goes, everybody should know the boundaries of their dream, where it would affect others negatively. And I said, be of sound mind, but it is you're asking for. And as I said, a global dream. And as I showed you with the oil in the tanks, I mean, have I got it right now? Yeah, so we're leaving out the tanks that might explode and only, but I think if we give it to the ones that will receive it joyfully, give it to those that will receive it joyfully. See, that wasn't a judgment, that was the correct way of doing that. That was the correct way of doing it. Give it to those that will receive it joyfully. And then you do not enslave others in your dream, but you only have those that come into agreement with you out of their own free will and hopefully out of sound reason. So there you go. There is another thought about how to work prayer correctly. I said it is heavy machinery, and it is not a case of just go and do it. There are so many pitfalls. And the last thing is, and that is this idea that the Spirit is being poured out on the world, which is happening at the moment. The spirit of you can and all possibilities, and it's taking some absolute lunatic forms. But if we were actually to come to a point of believing without having given that dream a structure to work in, yeah, it is just you can. And if we would actually start to manifest without some kind of rules under which this should operate. It says in the book of Revelation, people's hearts will fail them for fear, for looking at the things that are coming upon the earth. Because the powers of heaven will be shaken. Yeah, okay, they were. Right now we're being ruled over by something that has given us a structure in which our desires can live, and we're saying you can't go no further because it's not possible. So we as sexes were already imprisoned. Yeah? But if this lets loose without us having our own structure, so the powers of heaven are being shaken, their structure of what is possible is falling apart, or that it must be just the will of God, that's falling apart. But then we must have our own structure. Or as I said, it's going to be mayhem. God forbid the Christians should have their way and bringing that upon the earth. Anyway, there is a lot to think about, and I really wish those thoughts would reflect back at me somewhere. Somebody else has come back down to earth. And I'm not the only one here. Right, so I leave it at that. If you agree, if you are in agreement with me, then share this video. And yes, I'm not ready to perform miracles. I'm still blocking this because this is as I said, heavy machinery. So anybody wants to donate to my channel in the materialistic way, you can find the donate button up in the corner of my homepage. Anyway, I'll leave it at that, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.